Today, we're going to take a deep dive into one single, incredibly smart tool that's designed to solve a problem that, let's be honest, every single one of us has. It's all about ditching that drawer full of chaos for one elegant piece of gear.
You know the feeling, right? You've got a simple 5-minute job to do, but it turns into a 20-minute treasure hunt through a junk drawer, digging through this mess of handles and loose random bits, and you end up spending way more time looking for the tool than actually using it. It's just so frustrating. And this is what I like to call the screwdriver problem. Really, it's just plain inefficient to have a whole collection of individual screwdrivers. It costs you more money, it eats up a ton of space, and of course, the one specific bit you need is always the one that's magically vanished.
And that is where this thing comes in, the Megapro 15-in-1. It's a multi-bit screwdriver that was basically born to solve that exact problem. The whole idea is to pack 15 different tools into one sleek, organized package.
So you're probably asking, okay, how do they get to 15? It's actually some really clever, simple math. You start with 7 bits, but they're all double-ended, so boom, that's 14 different tips right there. Then, the shaft itself can be used as a 1/4-inch hex driver, and just like that, you're holding 15 tools in one hand.
So how does it all come together? Let's break this thing down. We're going to look at the anatomy of this tool and see what features make it so incredibly useful.
First up, this is probably the biggest game changer, the in-handle bit storage. The handle actually has this little pop-out retractable cartridge that holds all 7 bits. And that's not just some gimmick. It is absolutely central to why this design works so well.
And think about what that one feature really means. Because every bit has its own specific home, they literally never get lost. You can grab the one you need in seconds. You waste 0 time searching around, which means your workflow stays smooth and your space stays clean. And yeah, you save money because you're not constantly buying replacement bits.
All right, let's talk about the heart of the tool's versatility, those 7 double-ended bits. This is exactly how one single screwdriver can replace a whole drawer full of them. And the selection isn't random at all. It's carefully chosen to cover the most common jobs you're going to run into.
I mean, just look at the sheer amount of ground this thing covers. You've got your Phillips heads, your flat slotted bits, square drives, and even Torx bits all sitting right there in the handle. That means you're ready for pretty much anything, from putting together furniture to quick appliance fixes and just general stuff around the house.
But look, a great tool isn't just about what it can do. It's also about how it feels when you're using it. And that brings us to the handle design. The Megapro has this thing called a palm saver cap. It's this soft, rotating end cap that keeps you from getting blisters when you're really pushing down on a screw. It also has an easy guide collar that helps you line up the bit perfectly every time.
Now what's really cool is that this isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Megapro actually makes a few different models for specific kinds of work. So let's figure out how you can find the perfect version for what you do.
It really boils down to 3 main versions. You've got the standard model, which is your perfect all-arounder for most jobs at home or in the workshop. Then there's the tamper-proof version, which has all those special security bits for commercial jobs or IT work. And finally, there's an electronics model, and that one's loaded with all the tiny, specialized bits you need for laptops, phones, and that kind of stuff.
Okay, let's be real for a second. No tool is perfect for every single job, so it's really important to have a balanced view. For this next part, we're just going to lay it all out, the good and the not so good.
So let's just break it down. The pros, they're pretty obvious, right? It's a bunch of tools in one, it saves you a ton of time, it's built to last, and it's a fantastic value. On the con side, you gotta be realistic. It's a manual screwdriver, not a power drill. The bits aren't magnetic right out of the box, and it's not gonna replace every single specialized driver a pro might need. But for what, 95% of everyday tasks, it has absolutely got you covered.
So when you start to put all these pieces together, you realize this tool is really more than just the sum of its parts. It's not just a screwdriver, it's a whole solution to the problem of clutter and inefficiency.
You know, there's a quote from the source material that just sums it all up perfectly. This tool is for almost everybody, from the homeowner who just needs something reliable for a quick fix, all the way to the professional who knows that time is money.
So here's the bottom line. The ultimate value of the Megapro really boils down to 3 things we all care about. It saves you time, because you're not fumbling around changing tools. It saves you money, since you're buying one tool instead of a whole set. And it saves you space, which means less clutter in your toolbox, your workshop, or wherever you keep your stuff.
And that really brings us to our final thought here. And it's more of a question, really.
The Megapro is practical, it's versatile, and it's always ready to go. So when you really think about it, isn't the best tool you can possibly own just the one you actually have with you when you need it?